Hi students, in this session I want to discuss about one more important chapter, classification of elements and periodic properties. Here we know periodic property is studied in the lower class. We know that what's a periodic law, Mendelic periodic law. Actually periodic law is based on the physical and chemical properties of the elements on the basis of the atomic number. Totally modern periodic table is based on the atomic number, but Mendeleev periodic law is based on the atomic mass. And a modern periodic law consists of a periodic table consists of a totally 7 period and 18 groups are there. Here I want to discuss about the first significance of the classification. Why periodic tables are classified into different blocks? Why periodic table is a necessity is there? Okay, actually periodic tables are classified into 4 blocks: S block, P block, D block and F block. What is the necessity of this one? What is the significance of the periodic table? Actually in the beginning of the 17th century, only 31 elements are known. In the beginning of the 17th century, only 31 elements are discovered. And it's very easy to remember the name and properties of these elements because only 31 elements are known in the beginning. So that's it's very easy to remember the name as well as properties. But in between 1863, the number of elements discovered nearly 63, and hence it's very difficult to remember the name and properties of the elements, including physical and chemical property. That time, actually at that stage, it was realized that there is some simple way to remember the chemical and physical properties of the elements. For this purposes, they go for the classification of the periodic table. Okay, and this classification of the periodic table is done by arranging the elements of similar property in a similar properties of elements in a one group or together, and dissimilar properties of elements are placed separately. In a periodic table, you know that those elements which shows the similar property, S block elements, alkali metals and alkali earth metals shows the similar property. They are placed in the first and second groups. P block elements 13 to 18, they exhibit similar property. They are placed in the right side of the periodic table. And lanthanide series and actinide series, they exhibit a different property. They are placed at the bottom of the periodic table. So totally this can be done by arranging the elements of the similar property together and dissimilar properties of elements placed separately. So this is about the significance of the classification of the elements. Then how the classification of the periodic table is done? That is called a historical development of the periodic table. Actually different scientists contribute the classifications of the periodic table. So one of the important important contribution is done by the scientist Daubigny triads. Actually Daubigny is a German scientist. He grouped the elements, or he make a group of 3 elements. A group of 3 elements is known as a triads. Okay, you have 3 elements. For example, lithium, sodium and potassium. He make a group. This is a group of 3 elements. This group of 3 elements is called a triads. In triads, all elements exhibits a similar property. This concept you can just compare with the modern periodic table. Lithium, sodium, potassium, it comes under the first group's elements. Their properties are the similar. Okay, in the triads, the elements exhibit a similar property, and atomic mass of the middle elements is the average of the atomic mass of the other 2 elements. Means atomic mass of the sodium, it is the arithmetic mean of the other 2 elements, means lithium and sodium. So here average atomic mass, of, in this triad, atomic mass of sodium is equal to atomic mass of the lithium plus atomic mass of the potassium. Atomic mass of the lithium is 7 plus this one is the 39 atomic mass divided by 2. So if you go for the simplifications here, 37, here 36 divided by 2, sorry 46 divided by 2 means 23. It's atomic mass of the sodium. Lithium atomic mass is 7, sodium atomic mass is 23, potassium atomic mass is 39. So here atomic mass of the sodium is 23. It is obtained by arithmetic mean of the atomic mass of the lithium and sodium. Similar, one more example I consider, for example calcium atomic mass is 40, strontium atomic mass is 88, barium atomic mass is 137. Now strontium atomic mass is arithmetic mean of the other two elements, calcium and barium. So atomic mass of strontium is equal to 40 plus 137 divided by 2. Okay, here simplify it here. So 7, 4 plus 3, 7, here 1 divided by 2, 16, 88.5. 88.5. So strontium atomic mass 88. Okay. So atomic mass of the strontium is arithmetic means of the other two elements, calcium and strontium. So this is called a triads. Total triads means the group of three elements is known as a triads. In triads, in triads all elements exhibit a similar property, and atomic mass of the middle elements is the arithmetic mean of the other two elements. And limitation of this one, actually this concept is not applicable for the large number of elements. Only few elements is applicable. It's restricted to only few elements, but not for all elements. That's why it's a drawback of this one. The main drawback, this concept is not applicable for all the elements in the periodic table. It's applicable for only few elements. It's the main drawback of the Dobinet's triads. Okay, next, development of the periodic table contribution is given by the scientist D. Chand Curtis. Actually, he took one cylinder. This is a vertical cylinder, and he draw 16 equidistant lines. These are the lines he can draw. Equidistant line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, continuously. Total 16 lines. He can draw 16 equidistant line. Afterwards, he can draw one helix at an angle 45. This is a helix at an angle 45 degree. Then the elements are arranged on the basis of the atomic mass on the helix. In general, I can take, generally, first he arranged the elements in the increasing order of atomic mass on the basis of on the helix. Then he observed that those elements which differ in the atomic mass 16 or multiples of a 16, which comes in the same vertical line and exhibits the similar property. One simple example I take here. Suppose in generally lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, next oxygen, fluorine, neon, next sodium, next continuation same way, sodium, next go for the magnesiums, next this continuation magnesium, next go for the continuation. Here you just observe here, lithium and sodium comes in the same vertical lines. Okay, here lithium and sodium comes in the same vertical line. They exhibit a similar property, and their atomic mass differ by the 16, because lithium atomic mass 7, next sodium atomic mass 23, 23 minus 7, 16. The atomic mass differ by the 16, they exhibit a similar property. This trend will be continued. Next same continues, then sodium and potassium comes in the same lines. Here beryllium, next beryllium and magnesium is come here, somewhere here comes magnesium, same trend. Okay, totally those elements which exhibits a similar property, which comes in same vertical line, and they exhibit similar property. Lithium, sodium is as an example. So this is known as a De Chant-Curtis classification. Once again, the main drawback of this one is this classification, it is not applicable for the large number of elements. It's restricted to only few elements, not applicable for the all the elements. That's why it's the main drawback of this one. Okay, here some point I write here. Here he took a vertical cylinder with a 16 equidistant line on the surface of the cylinder, then a helix at 45 degree to the axis was drawn and elements arranged in increasing order of the atomic mass on the helix. When elements are arranged in the increasing order on the increasing order of atomic mass on the basis of the helix, then you observe that the elements which differ in the from atomic mass 16 or multiples of 16 falls in the same vertical lines. So these are some importance of the De Chant-Curtis classification of the periodic tables. Next development is Newland law of octaves, or is also called musical scale. The Newland law of octaves was developed on 1865. So he observed that when elements are arranged in the increasing order of the atomic mass, the 8 elements similar to the first elements. For example, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next sodium. This is 8 elements. Here first elements is a lithium, 8th elements is a sodium. These properties are the similar. Same trend next continue. Sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. Next potassium. Here sodium is the first elements, potassium is the 8 elements. These properties are the similar. This will be continue, but the main drawback of this periodic table is it is restricted to only calcium. Okay. Next, after calcium, this musical scale is not applicable. So this is about the Newland law of octaves. Oct means here 8. Okay. There is a similar property is in the first group and 8th elements. Actually, in this concept, when elements are arranged in increasing order of the atomic mass, the properties of the every 8 elements similar to the first one. Okay. Here lithium property similar to the sodium, sodium property similar to the potassium. But one more point, at that time, the noble gases like here neon, argon, krypton, etc. not discovered. Only these elements are discovered, means here lithium, these elements are discovered, and discovered elements are arranged on the basis of the atomic mass. Every 8 first elements and 8 elements properties are the similar. That is called a Newland law of octaves. And main drawback of this one, it is applicable up to calcium. More than calcium, this law, this table is not applicable. Next, one more scientist, Luther Meyer arrangement. He has developed the periodic table on 1869. Actually, he draw the graph by taking the physical properties of the elements. Take along the y-axis atomic mass along the atomic weight or atomic mass along the x-axis. Then he observed that those elements exhibits a similar property which appears in the same position in the graph. For example, lithium or a sodium or a potassium continuation, rubidium occupy the same position in the graph, because lithium, sodium, potassium or rubidium or cesium, they exhibit a similar property that are occupy the same position in the graph. So this is called a Luther-Meyer arrangement. Actually here main importance here, he draw the graph of physical properties of the elements. Like a physical property means it's included melting point, boiling point, density, etc. He take these properties of the elements and he draw the graph by taking physical property along the y-axis and atomic weight of the elements along the x-axis. Then you get a peak. Suppose any property you consider, like a physical property, melting point if you consider, this like peak is obtained. But those elements which exhibit a similar property that occupy the same positions in the graph. So this is about the importance of the Luther-Meyer arrangement. So this is about the Newland law of Octavius and Luther-Meyer's arrangement. Next about the Mendeleev periodic tables. Actually, in Mendeleev periodic table, the elements are arranged, means in a group and a periods. Those elements are exhibits a similar property. They are placed in the same groups. For example, this is about the rough diagrams of the Mendeleev periodic table. Here, noble gases exhibit the similar property. They are comes under the zero groups. Next, some elements like hydrogen, lithium, here lithiums, beryllium, boron, carbon atoms, their number of electrons in the outermost shells are the similar. That's why they comes under the same periods. Okay. But here so many drawback will be there. But in a Mendeleev periodic table, totally elements are arranged in the periods and groups. A concept of the periods and the groups introduced by the Mendeleev periodic table. But Mendeleev periodic table law that, or periodic law states that, or Mendeleev periodic law states that physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic function of the atomic mass. Means the physical and chemical properties of the elements depends upon the atomic mass. So statement of the modern Mendeleev periodic law. The Mendeleev periodic law states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic function of atomic mass. This is the statement of the periodic law, or a Mendeleev periodic law. Here the Mendeleev periodic law is a place based on the atomic mass, not atomic number. Here elements are arranged on the basis of the atomic mass, not depends upon the atomic number. Here helium, beryllium, atomic mass goes on increases from the first period to second period, or second period to third period. Atomic mass goes on increases, but not depends upon the atomic number. That's why the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic function of the atomic mass. But in this table, when elements are arranged in the increasing order of the atomic mass, some of the elements not followed this rule. Then he placed the elements, those exhibits a similar property. So good example for this one, when elements are arranged in increasing order of the atomic mass, some of the elements not followed this rule, means atomic mass rule is not followed. One good example, iodine is a lower atomic mass as compared to the tellurium, but tellurium is placed in the sixth group, whereas iodine is placed in the seventh groups. The reason here, this iodine property is similar to the bromine and chlorine or bromine. So fluorine, chlorine, bromine property similar to the iodine. That's why iodine is placed in the seventh groups, whereas tellurium is placed in the sixth groups. But the atomic mass of the iodine is lower than that of a tellurium. But this is but iodine is placed in the seventh groups. Reason here, the chlorine, chlorine and iodine exhibit a similar property, whereas tellurium exhibit different property. That's why it is placed in the sixth groups in the Mendeleev periodic law. Okay, that's why I write here, while some elements did not fit into this scheme of classification, if the order of atomic mass strictly followed, and then place the elements which exhibits the similar properties. One more point, sir, while arranging the elements in the increasing order of the atomic mass, he left some space for the undiscovered elements. For example, gallium and germanium was not discovered that time, the time of Mendeleev periodic table. Mendeleev periodic table is published at that time. Gallium and germanium elements is not discovered. He left that space. This space he left for the other two elements, gallium and germanium, and that space is called, this space, empty space, is called a Eka aluminium. That's called Eka aluminium or Eka silicon. Actually, Eka means actually next. Okay, next after aluminium, next elements comes gallium, or after silicon, next elements comes germanium. Okay, so that space is, he left some space, it is for the next elements. Okay, so this is about the second clarification. He skipped several place while arranging the elements in increasing order of the atomic mass, and he gave the clarification that left space for the undiscovered elements. Some elements was not discovered at that time of Mendeleev periodic table published. So that's why he leave the space, and he gave the clarification that left those space is left. It is used for the undiscovered elements. It's good one example, Eka aluminium and Eka silicon. So this is about the Mendeleev periodic law table. But main drawback of this table is here this table is based on the atomic mass. This is the main drawback. But later modern periodic table was developed. But modern periodic table is mainly based on the atomic number, not based on atomic mass. So this is about the Mendeleev periodic tables.